Hi guys, welcome back. If you're looking for your next favorite read, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit subscribe and let's jump in.
Hey, beautiful souls. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to be naturally good with money, while others struggle no matter how much they earn? What if I told you the difference isn't about income or investment strategies, but something much deeper? I'm Lily from Books4Soul, and today we're diving into The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, a fascinating exploration of how our hidden beliefs about money shape our financial destiny. Through powerful real-life stories, we'll uncover 4 crucial insights that could transform your relationship with wealth. Let me share our first insight through a remarkable story. In a quiet Vermont town lived Ronald Reed, a janitor and gas station attendant who drove the same used car for decades and clipped coupons from the local paper. Nothing about his lifestyle suggested wealth. Yet when he passed away at 92, his community was stunned speechless. This humble man had built an $8 million fortune. No lottery wins, no inheritance, just decades of patient investing and living contentedly below his means. His story teaches us our first crucial lesson: true wealth isn't built through high income or flashy investments, but through consistent, modest habits maintained over time. To truly understand the power of this lesson, let's look at a contrasting story. Meet Richard, a Harvard MBA graduate who seemed to have it all: a successful career as a financial executive and early retirement at 40. On paper, he was the very picture of success. But his story reveals a dangerous trap that many of us fall into. After retirement, he borrowed heavily to build a luxurious mansion with multiple swimming pools and lavish amenities. The monthly maintenance alone cost $90,000. He lived extravagantly, throwing expensive parties and living what seemed to be the high life. When the 2008 financial crisis hit, Richard's world came crashing down. His assets evaporated, and combined with his massive debt, he faced complete bankruptcy. Isn't it interesting how these two stories show such different approaches to wealth? It's not about how much you make. It's about how you think about and manage what you have. These contrasting tales teach us a powerful lesson. Steady saving and thoughtful asset building create lasting wealth, while chasing material excess, no matter how much you earn, can lead to a never-ending cycle of wanting more. What's your take on this? Which path resonates more with your financial philosophy? Our second insight explores a dangerous trap that many fall into: the endless pursuit of more. No matter how much we accumulate, why does it often feel like it's never enough? Let's explore this through 2 powerful stories that changed my understanding of wealth forever. The first is about Justin Livermore, a brilliantly successful stock trader in 1920s America. Despite becoming one of the wealthiest people in the country, his appetite for success grew increasingly insatiable. He borrowed massive amounts of money to invest in stocks, but one miscalculation led to devastating losses. The pressure of bankruptcy and a failing marriage ultimately led him to take his own life, a sobering reminder of how dangerous unchecked ambition can be. I've realized that human desire for wealth and material possessions is like a bottomless pit. While ambition can fuel our growth, letting it control our financial decisions often leads to irrational behavior and painful consequences. And in today's social media age, constant comparison only makes it worse. There will always be someone with a bigger house, a nicer car, or a higher salary. So how do we break free from this endless cycle of wanting more? Through years of observation and personal experience, I've discovered 4 powerful principles that can help us find true financial contentment. 1. Minimize comparisons with others. 2. Resist following every trend. 3. Care less about others' opinions of your lifestyle. 4. Practice gratitude for what you already have. When we embrace these principles, something beautiful happens. We discover that happiness becomes so much more accessible. I've experienced this shift myself, and I'd love to hear from you. Which of these principles resonates most with your journey toward financial contentment? This brings us to our third crucial insight, the dangerous trap of seeking social validation through wealth. I'll admit, I've been there myself. We all have moments where we dream of owning expensive things, not for their utility, but for the respect we think they'll bring us. Here's something fascinating I've observed. When we see a luxury car on the street, most of us don't think, wow, that person must be successful. Instead, we think, if I had that car, people would think I'm successful. Notice the difference? It's not about admiring the owner. It's about imagining ourselves in their position. This reveals a crucial truth about human psychology. We often try to prove our worth through external possessions. But here's the irony. People rarely care about who owns these things. They only notice the objects themselves. Trying to gain respect through material wealth is like trying to fill an emotional void with physical stuff. It just doesn't work. Let me share a story that changed my perspective. A young professional I know bought a Mercedes he couldn't afford. Everyone admired him at first, but months later he was driving a Honda because the bank repossessed his luxury car. This taught me that appearances can be deeply deceiving. Here's a truth that changed how I see wealth. When you spot that $100,000 luxury car, pause and consider, that money either left their bank account or became a debt burden. What we can't see is their actual financial health, their savings, investments, or retirement funds. This is the crucial distinction between income, what flows in, and wealth, what stays and grows. True financial freedom isn't about what you can buy, but what you can keep. Are you chasing the appearance of wealth or actual financial freedom? As we say at Books4Soul, most people want to look like they have $1 million, but what they really want is to spend $1 million. Remember this, spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have no money at all. Let's be smarter about our relationship with wealth and focus on building real value rather than maintaining appearances. Our fourth and final insight might be the most powerful of all. The true purpose of wealth is freedom. When people say you can't take money with you when you die, they're missing something crucial about why we save. Let me share a perspective that changed everything for me. Let me ask you something. What if money isn't just about material possessions, but about buying your freedom? A fascinating study from the University of Michigan reveals a simple truth. Having more life choices directly correlates with happiness. The power to choose our work and how we spend our time brings far more joy than any material possession. Think about this. When you gradually build your savings, you're not just storing money, you're actually buying yourself options and flexibility in life. Imagine having enough savings to cover a year of living expenses. That's not just money sitting idle. It's the freedom to take time finding work you truly love, rather than staying stuck in a job that makes you miserable every day. The more financial cushion you build, the more choices become available to you. You might choose a lower-paying job that doesn't require overtime, giving you precious time to pursue your passions and personal growth. Isn't that more valuable than working endless hours for a slightly bigger paycheck? Here's a sobering thought. Research shows that despite being materially wealthier, than previous generations. About 45% of people today feel unhappy and stressed. Why? I believe it's because many of us trade our time freedom for expensive possessions. For example, when someone takes out a loan for something they can't really afford, they're essentially handcuffing themselves to whatever job can pay that debt, sacrificing their freedom of choice in the process. A fascinating study of 1,000 elderly people revealed something profound. Not one person listed material possessions as a source of happiness. Instead, they consistently valued time with loved ones and meaningful contributions to their communities. What truly moves me about genuinely successful people is their counterintuitive love for simplicity. The author shares something profound. Even as his wealth grew, his lifestyle remained beautifully, intentionally simple. In our upgrade-obsessed world, isn't there something deeply nourishing about choosing contentment over constant consumption? It's like discovering a peaceful oasis in the heart of a noisy city. I love how he paints a picture of his life. A modest home filled with love, a regular car that gets the job done, simple t-shirts, and delicious home-cooked meals. Does this kind of simplicity resonate with you too? Sometimes we forget that life's deepest joys don't come with hefty price tags. His favorite activities really struck a chord with me. Taking walks, reading books, and yes, listening to podcasts, just like you're doing right now. With Books4Soul, these simple pleasures cost almost nothing but bring immense satisfaction. While this lifestyle might not be everyone's cup of tea, I believe there is wisdom in finding our own balance between material comforts and spiritual fulfillment. Here's what really moved me from the book. True success isn't about endless competition or accumulating more stuff. It's about knowing when to step back, adjust your life's rhythm, and find that precious inner peace. In today's chaotic world, doesn't that sound like the ultimate achievement? You know what's beautiful about these lessons from the psychology of money? They remind us that true wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about the freedom to live life on our own terms. When we shift from chasing money to cultivating wisdom, magical things start to happen. Before we wrap up, I want to share something personal with you. Making this video wasn't just about sharing book insights. It was about starting a conversation about our relationship with money. A conversation that could change lives. If today's message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Sometimes, the right message at the right time can spark incredible transformations. And if you're new here, join our Books4Soul family. Click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Every week, we dive deep into life-changing books together, exploring the wisdom that can transform our lives. Thank you for being here with me today. Remember, your journey to financial wisdom is unique, and every small step matters. I'll see you in our next soul-enriching conversation.
Hi guys, welcome back. If you're looking for your next favorite read, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit subscribe and let's jump in.